Welcome to Columbia, Missouri, and Faurot Field, named for the father of the split T, where the Missouri Tiger fans are hoping that they put together a big W. Today, two teams collide in an old-fashioned SEC showdown. As we'll see, the SMU Mustangs taking on the 14th-ranked team in the land, the Missouri Tigers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Mustangs will boot it away to start the game. The ball squirts through the end zone. Welcome to Columbia, Missouri, Memorial Stadium and home to the Missouri Tigers, where we are anticipating quite a clash on Faroe Field today. Today, a couple of SEC teams get ready to square off in what ought to be an old-fashioned slobber knocker. As we'll see, the SMU Mustangs taking on the 14th ranked team in the land, the Missouri Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Welcome to Columbia, Missouri, and Faroe Field, named for the father of the split T, where the Missouri Tiger fans are hoping that they put together a big W. What we have in store for you today, a clash between a couple of SEC teams that could have season-long ramifications. As we'll see, the SMU Mustangs taking on the 14th ranked team in the land, the Missouri Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Mustangs will kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it out. It's Jones. Lowers those pads. The offense set for a first down play. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. And he ran away. Attempt to try. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. He'll start the return inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. A first down for the offense. Looking downfield, it's Jennings. They've got the screen set up. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. And the Mustangs are in the hurry-up.
There's a lot of different ways this offense can attack you throwing the ball. One of them is getting the running back going, and the screen is a great way to get him lathered up and get the defense starting to think about him a little bit more now.
In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him, second guy finally did.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
He's going to pass. Dumps it to the back. Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete. No huddle, offense to the line. Little too soft in that run defense. He picks up 4 to the 32. Let's see what they do on third down. to throw. It's Jennings. Takes the easy one to the back. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
The Mustangs will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Got it set up on the outside. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Running a screen on an early down, you might think you'd really catch them trying to be aggressive in a pass rush or something, but the defense had the answer that time.
Yeah, and the offense has to do a better job selling that. A lot of times when you run a screen, I need to buy time, right? I need to give that pass rush the ability to rush up the field, sneak a little bit behind them, and then dump it off. They might have rushed that a little bit on that play.
On 2nd down, he'll fire. They're setting up the screen. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
And the Mustangs looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. With jet sweep pass. He's able to find his way for a couple of yards, but it'll be 4th down and 3. The Mustangs come to the line in the hurry-up. Off the RPO, throw right, looking for the chains. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
I think the defense was even caught off guard on that one, guys. Not seeing the field goal unit trot out onto the field. They had a golden opportunity there to make a stop and get the ball back without surrendering any points. They couldn't do it, though, and now all of a sudden their backs are against the wall.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Pushes ahead for 2 to the 7-yard line. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the first without scoring. Starting to feel a little pressure. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Defensive linemen live to get after the quarterback, to get sacks, to get by those big hog mollies up front on the offensive line and say, you taste dirt.
That is no good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in his sleep.
Final play of the quarter coming. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Crosses the 30, he's got away. He wasn't far from taking it to the house, and that'll be the final play of the first quarter.
Missouri 7, SMU 0.
He'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Quick completion on the out route.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
Offense gets set for second down. Wide receiver shows motion. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Johnson. Got room at the 35. He's loose. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Tiger.
And I love the bounce back for this offense. We lost a week ago. Let's put that in the rearview mirror. That game's gone. Let's improve. Let's get better. So far in this first half, they've done just that.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
SMU 0.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Looking to buy time. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, I don't know if you want that guy outside the pocket very often because he's so fast and he can do some damage, but they did a nice job containing him. Once he left the pocket, they were ready for it, came to him, he tried to throw the football. Nice hit on the quarterback as he's throwing to force a bad pass.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Here's the handoff. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of 3rd and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You can throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off and they pick it up.
And you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the first down.
And the Mustangs will line it up on 1st and 10. Right back to the well. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Line gets set, first down. To the ground with the back.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
This offense has a 2nd down play. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Now on 2nd down. Looking for a crease. It's Wheaton. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football. even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. Give to the running back. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
Brings up 4th down. Timeout, Missouri.
The Mustangs decide to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that, up 2 touchdowns.
And this quarterback has been...
He lobs one high down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, you wonder if the defense has started to figure it out finally here. In the first half, this guy has been absolutely lighting you up, and finally they get some bodies back there anticipating the QB to look his way to force an incompletion.
Trying to escape and get it himself. And they're able to get him on the ground.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Getting some heat. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Missouri will have to send out the punt team.
Number 12 in punt formation to kick it away.
And the punt team gets down there and touches it dead. That's where they'll put it in play. Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. It's a reverse. Picks up just a few before he's brought down. Not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long.
Well, this is a receiver that needs to touch the ball in a variety of ways. They're going to throw it to him, but they're also going to get him involved on jet sweeps.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
First half with the score, Missouri 14, SMU 0.
Missouri will put a foot to it to start us in the second half. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here will be huge.
And while the pass is incomplete, the flag is down. I think that was a free play for this offense. Defense was in the neutral zone. Maybe can be a little more aggressive here after the offsides penalty. It's 1st and 5. Back to pass, it's Jennings. He's going to take off. And he'll avoid the tackle on the slide.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
They'll go back to work after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 36. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. And he's out of bounds after a terrific run and a nice pickup.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Comes out throwing on 1st down. Oh, what a grab by the defense. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
Hey, listen, it's not just the offense that makes adjustments at halftime. The defense does too, and that time maybe showing a little bit of a different look than what they did in the first half. Looked like they confused the quarterback, and they're able to come away with a pick.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Tigers want to crank the tempo. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
Well, it doesn't get any more open than that. Good read by the quarterback. He was looking for his tight end wide open on the play. Man, you got to make the catch.
So 3rd and short from inside the 20. You convert here, and this drive takes on a different complexion. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throw and catch. And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll throw it on 1st down. They're bringing heat. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back, you get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
Wants to fire on second down. Pocket starts to collapse. And he feels the heat coming in. It burns him up. Another sack.
The offense just set themselves up in a bad situation on this one. Second and third and long, there's not a lot of guesswork. Defense knows they're throwing the football, and you could tell in that pass rush, man, they were coming.
Going downfield for the big play. Fires it into a crowd, and it's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And when it's third and so long, it's very predictable. I'm bringing more DBs on the field. I'm bringing more speed. I know you're going to pass the football. Offenses have to be aggressive. They have to take shots. They did it there. The defense makes the big play.
The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
And guys, they really need to take advantage of this field position on third and long. Back to throw, it's Jennings. Quick strike complete. And he goes down after making the grab. Picked up a few, but he's still short of the first down marker. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Unleashes one deep. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
That just could not have gone any worse for the offense, guys. Not only are you dropping the ball on fourth down, you dropped a touchdown. That should be 6 on the board. You need players to step up and make plays in those types of situations. That's the kind of play that could lose you this game.
Wants to throw on first down. Feeling some heat. He'll try to do it himself. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Final minute now of the third quarter. Going to the running game. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2. Missouri wants to go fast. Quarterback checking the play. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Pressure coming. Right down the middle. Makes the grab. At midfield, he's got room. And he's brought down after a huge completion. They dialed up the perfect call. Splendid execution. Now they've got it. Threatening 1st and 10 from the 27. Jet sweep to the receiver. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. And now on second down for this offense.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Missouri 14, SMU 0.
Ready, fight. Easy. Grabbed behind the line. It's Johnson. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. This is a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He's going to run it. And it's a touchdown. It is also a play in which there is a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. Field goal is good. And now the lead is extended a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Kennesaw State is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul who doesn't believe they can't pull this off. They're trailing by 13 to Baylor. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll run play action. Oh, batted into the air and picked off. Trying to take it back. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Tiger. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
And that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. On the move from inside his 5. Finds his way up to the 24 before he goes out of bounds. Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking for a gap. It's Wheaton. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. And the Mustangs want to move quickly.
Well, it's a good time to mix in the run play. You're down, it's late in the 4th quarter right now, and everyone's expecting you to throw, so not a lot of defenders in the box. So that's a great situation to try to run the ball.
They get him down at the 49, but not before he picks up 15. They'll try the run. A run up the middle is stuffed for no gain. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Leaves it with the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. The give to the back. At the 40, there he goes. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Trying to move the sticks on third down. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. The Mustangs will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. A low line drive and not his best work. And he muffs it, a loose football. Slips through the line, and the punt team able to sling him to the ground.
When you're a return specialist, you're trying to make huge plays. You only get a couple cracks out of the game. You want to make something happen. Unfortunately, he put on the turf. At least his team recovered. But I will say this, the conversation on the sideline, it won't be fun with the special teams coach.
The freshman trying to take a shot, but put just a little too much on it.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
The RPO fired complete to the left.
And this offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They built this big lead. They've shown you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football. Continue to be who you...
And he can't escape, and down he goes. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Awesome job by the defense. Not only getting the fast quarterback on the ground, but understanding what he wants to do. He can take off. I got to make sure I got good pursuit angles, and I got to make sure I build rails. I can't let him outside. I got to keep him in the pocket. He tries to get outside. They get the sack and get the huge loss on that play.
The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
Ball spotted at the 21. It's first down. Get it out on the screen. No sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
And that went nowhere fast. And first down is a good time to run a screen, try to catch them being a little bit aggressive and maybe thinking about a little bit of run and making people attack and run downhill. But the screen pass did not fool anybody. Nice discipline by the defense.
Didn't help themselves much on first down. Let's see what they've got on second down from the 20. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Line getting set on second down. Quarterback's just going to take a knee.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy. Great execution. Just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense